And greetings everybody, welcome back to Rebuilding the Commonwealth with myself. So, the last episode we put together that Knacker's Yard down there, which is fantastic. And we hit our 300 subscriber target. At least one target in a long line of many, touch wood. So thank you very much for the support. I have noted all of your suggestions so far. But if you do have more, of course, pop them in the comments section below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I won't bore you with the rest because every YouTuber tells you to do it. Yada yada yada. But yeah, don't worry if you put your Minuteman name suggestion in the comments of the last video. Don't worry, I will have written it down. I have a handy little pad right here by me on the desk, which I'll be referring to during the next round of Minuteman naming. So we're over here in the urban garden section, next to the terraced houses that we put up, and the incomplete property over here. In this episode, I'm hoping to finish these houses off at last, and put up a defensive position over here, so we can get ready to finalise Jamaica Plains, which will be a big milestone for us. So this house has been an eyesore on the landscape for quite some time. It is selectable as one entire unit. I am starting to get crash to desktops when loading in this settlement, which took a lot longer than I expected. The castle started giving me CTDs probably halfway through the build. This one is nearly finished and it's only just started, so I'm quite happy about that. So it just means I have to make sure that I save my game away from Jamaica Plains, which isn't too much of a problem. Okay, so let's get started here. Oh, shit, what did we disable? I say the disable command didn't quite work there. Oh, I think I know what it was. There's a mist effect in front of this house. It's probably just, destroyed the mist effect. That's fine. If not, I'll be redoing this build later. Okay, so what kind of tearing do we have? Oh, ouch, that's harsh. Okay, so we have quite bad tearing. Oh, that... I actually think that's too much for me to deal with. No, coming down this road, there's not actually going to be enough that I can put here that will deal with that. So you know what? I wanted to replace every house. And I mean, it's fine. Looking out of the settlement, looking in, not so much. Okay, so I wanted to replace all of them. In this instance, I'm not going to do that. I did want to put a jailhouse here, and I appreciate some of you are probably excited for that. But that is too much tearing for me to deal with. I mean, look at this. That's just awful. So I'll tell you what I'll do. We're going to reload my save and put this up here. And we're going to structure our buildings around it. Alright? So bear with me, guys. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, and we're back. So we've put this house back where it belongs. Where it should be. Yeah, there's no way I'm dealing with errors quite as much as that, so we're going to deal with it as it is. Now, we're going to put in a defensive position here, because it is one of the main exits to Jamaica Plain. I'm thinking of just simply putting in a retaining wall, a bit like what's over here, really. It would make perfect thematical sense. Oh. Let me just turn off the timeout, because I have a feeling we're going to be back and forth here. So you know what, I think that's what we're going to do. So let's go to Snappy Builds. We'll go to Landscaping and find our beloved retaining walls, something I have actually grown to love since I started this settlement building endeavour here. Okay, so these are short pieces and large walls. So what we'll do is put the post in first. Full walls. One of these lovely posts. We'll line that up about here, and we'll mark where this fence is. Now, this fence is hard-coded, so we're going to disable this. I'm sure these are probably part of some pre-combines as well, and I'm probably screwing with this too, but hey-ho, that's the way it rocks. There we go. See, all the IDs are very similar, so the IDs can determine if we're doing it from the right place. That can stay where it is. No one's going to really care about that much. Okay, full walls. We'll put in the short post strategy here. Now, yeah, that's connecting widthways. Okay. One moment, chaps. I like how I don't sneeze all day, and then the very moment I'm doing something on camera, I sneeze. Always the case, isn't it? Never mind. Oh, here we go again. Okay, now this needs to be long ways. I think this needs to be a tad further out. I say we're going to have the same issue with I had the other day with snapping now, aren't I? That's it. Then we'll rotate this just a touch. Then we'll put down another one. Make sure it's lengthways. This one will need to be a touch rotated, just a tiny bit more. Put down another. Then one more. And we'll rotate that inwards. And turn this part into the full wall. What we can do is turn this one on its side, like that. And then we can just add some posts like that to cover that corner. Now we have a nice smooth opening downwards. What I will do as well, just for continuity's sake, is to rotate this a bit further. And I'm going to have the retaining wall head into the rock face back here. So just for the continuity's sake, and to kind of define the garden. Even if I do find a snapping point for that, I don't think it's going to place. Okay, so this property now has a garden. A much more well-defined one, anyway. Okay. Now this house has a roof, so this one is ready to be furnished. This one, of course, does not. So we'll use the house kit to get into that. House kit. Frames upper floors. So there wouldn't be enough room for the add-on room here. I was hoping to get 2 houses which did fit, but I grossly overestimated the size. Because, you know, I'm a bit of a dope like that sometimes. So this will just be a box of a house, as it were. I think it's the wide one we need. No, it's not. It's the standard size. I should know this by now. I'll do. And it does have a back door as well. I don't want this to be like really badly closed off. No, that's just going to close that in. Yes, this will have a kitchen space down here on the ground floor. Now, in terms of light coming into here, I'm sure we have windows, don't we? Yes, we do. Those will be absolutely fine. I don't actually think we have that wallpaper. No, I don't think we do. So we'll have to deal with that upstairs. Of course it needs a floor. I'm getting better at this. Too bad, I'm only getting better at it now that the settlements are nearly done. Fantastic. And now we put in the roof. Or rather put on the roof. That's it. Great, so the skeleton for this house is done. Let's finish the skeleton for this one. Okay, so this house was customized, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was. Okay. So we're going to have to deal with this one a little bit more manually than before. Now, where does it snap on this end, this part of the building? Or do I have to put the flooring in first? Right, we have to put the flooring in first. That's understandable completely. So, large floors. Yeah. Quarter size. Just checking. If I put this in lengthways, is that a better fit? No, it's not. And that's the same one, just with the wood facing the other way. Okay, so the wood is going to face the wrong way on these ones because we don't have the wide to 1/2/8 here. That's wide to 256. And then we can put in the 2 quarter floors so the wood does match over here. What does that look like from down here? So I don't know about you, but that looks wonky. To be fair, I don't think that looks straight, but I think that's because of the porch decking and not because of the actual wooden flooring. So that kind of makes sense, actually. And it has to fit. We've snapped it to exactly the same place. So I don't see what the problem is there. Okay. Now we're going to add a little bit of character to this in that you'll be able to walk on the outside of the deck here. So let's do a very quick bit of measurement on this wall. So let's use a half. How wide is this? I reckon that's a 3/4 size wall. So right down the middle here. Okay, this might be a little bit difficult to place here. Plus, it doesn't really want to play ball with this sunroom. Alright, this is going to be a big ball ache to actually work out here. Right. So, this is going to be a one-person house. Their bed will probably go in this corner. You know what? You want a window looking out, of course you do. Now, if I put one extra... No. That's going to have to be a quarter wall to do that. So we do have a quarter wall here. And now we need a half wall. Can I get this to snap at a 90-degree angle? I don't think I'm going to be able to. Unless... Does this floor just not like the half pieces? Because it really doesn't want to snap to these half pieces of grid. Okay, snaps to these portions, but it doesn't snap to these portions. Interesting. Right, fuck that floor, because it's obviously not working. Let's just put in... Okay. How am I going to place this so that it plays ball with me here? Is it going to work on this piece? Okay, right. I've got another idea. Let me move the quarter piece, budge the half piece over here, slip the quarter piece over in this corner. Are you actually serious? Now the quarter piece won't snap to anything. Oh, this is actually infuriating. Right. Let me put in another half wall here. Like that. Then snap a quarter wall. Then snap another quarter wall. Then remove this quarter wall. Place the half wall with window in this thing's place here. Then place the one here at a right angle. There we go. Takes me long enough, but I get there. I get there in the end. I think I'm going to have to do another puzzle piece on this this part of the house as well. I'm going to have to finagle this as well. Right, that's a half wall. So what I need to do is snap a half wall at a right angle. Can I not snap a half wall on this side, or are you just gonna, cuck me again? Okay, half, half. Half wall won't snap to a quarter. I might just have to brute force this and just go with it. Do I have a floor piece that I can cheat this with? Do I have a cheaty piece of floor that I can use? I think I do. If it snapped to the correct place. There you go. Right, so that comes up to the edge. Now, a quarter wall doesn't snap to floor, so I'm going to have to put a half wall in. Oh, don't tell me you won't snap to floor now. Come on. Just give me a break. Just for one day, don't cuck me with the snapping system. Oh, I give up with this thing. Okay, does it snap to the short edge of the floor? So if I snap one in this way round instead, like lengthways instead of widthways. This is going to be really, really sketchy here. Okay. All this to get a little bit of shape out of them. Okay, it snaps to the lengthways. What? Does the quarter wall snap to it? No, of course it fucking doesn't snap to it. Okay, let's go with that. Now we need to put in the quarter wall, which will snap now. It's also completely off as well, because this isn't quite 3/4. So if I take this out, I mean the only option I have here is to put in an actual door, which will go with the dark wood, because that matches the downstairs, I believe. No, this is one of the houses with white theme wood, so we'll put that in here. Now my question is, could a post simply hide that? Trims, caps and corners. Right. Yes, luckily it can hide it. Okay, so that is the best I can do to conceal that. Do you know what? I don't think I've done a bad job there. Right, so we need a quarter. Of course the door doesn't match up. Why the fuck would it match up? thinking, what the hell am I using a pitch roof sunroom for? Because there's no need for it. No. Add-on? No. Porches? No. Is it wood walls? Yeah, sunrooms. Looking for the white wood sunroom in flat roof. This one. That's it. So I'll put the flat roof sunroom in instead. Makes no difference here, so we're good. So that's that thorn out of my side. Get rid of that, because that was just a floor to get an average gauge of it. No, the quarter wall doesn't snap, so let's pull that back and then snap that to it. Okay, I think that's fixed the corner there, so that should be fine. Also, bear in mind that if I get a little bit of accuracy off, I am dealing with a much poorer frame rate than I was previously. So please bear that in mind. Use the 0.1 trick there. Okay, so that doesn't cause any tearing or anything, so that's fine. And now we have to put this in. It was literally in the right position, please. Please, snapping. It's been a long day at work. Please, just snap where I need you to snap, just once. There you go, just hold that pose. Hold that pose. Okay. Okay, the floor under here looks a little bit ugly, but that is fine. This porch, looks a bit lopsided, but we'll push that out of here by a touch. Now, the railings. Do we have a solid wood railing? Because the only thing that I reckon we could get away with is a big, thick wood one. Yes. Like these. Now, I don't know why, because they're part of the kit, but they don't snap to anything. At least, I don't think they snap to anything that we're interested in anyway. Now, these particular railings are not going to matter if they're not perfect. Because that corner is going to be filled in. So not too much worry about that. That's it. Oh, now you want to snap. Yeah, of course you bloody do. Of course you do. And you're going to snap to everything but the side that I want you to, aren't you? Because I know what you're like, Fallout. I know what you are like. I've been building all my settlements for hundreds of hours now. I know exactly what you're like. And you will do everything in your power to resist. That's fine. The cladding there looks absolutely fine. Now we need to cover up some of these gaps now. So under caps and corners, we need to go back to the white wood corners. And we need to cap them. Cap that one. I think I've already capped off downstairs, haven't I? No, I haven't. I must have thought I did, but I didn't finish the structure on the ground floor. Okay, so cap those off. I'm going to put one in there for continuity's sake. The incompleteness here is going to annoy me. What's that going to look like is my question. Is the railing too low? No, I think that railing's just fine. It just covers up a discrepancy at the bottom. Excellent. That sticks through, but that can easily be covered by something. Result. Right. Wood walls. Standard. We're going to put in a back window, a couple of back windows to look out over the back here, so you can see invaders coming. I mean, you could potentially see invaders coming. That's the word I'm looking for. Potentially see them coming. There you go. A good view over Preston's shop wouldn't go amiss. Here's the thing, I need to check where the windows are down here. That's it. So put one here, and a little bit of privacy up here for where you sleep. One full wall just there. And that way the windows don't look out of sync either. Does that look ugly? No, I quite like that actually. There's not really much to look at over here. Bit of an itch. But we'll give them a window anyway. And that means a quarter wall will finish that. And here's the laugh, right? A roof. Am I lucky enough for this to fit? No, I don't actually think I am. That being said, how big is the full size wide? Well, the full size wide fits the house, so that means the roof, in theory, also fits it. Unfortunately, the building is just too big. Too big for that. That does not mean, however, I cannot brute force it. And I don't think I've tripped the gable or anything there, so that's good. I'll 0.1 trick it because it is trying to glitch through. And then we'll add a floor across here to finish the job. I say finish the job, it's not going to quite finish the job, so I'll 0.1 trick the edge here. And I'll rotate this so that the beams are facing the correct way. Excellent. So So that is another house roofed and ready to go. This will probably need a post in the corner here to support the roof. Yeah, that will need a post there, so let's quickly add that. Actually, does the regular wood here work? It's too low for one thing. Yes, I'd say that works. Yes, we've got a bit of variety. A thin house, a larger house. I mean, this could be the Vault-Tec rep's house, to be fair. Not too keen on the kitchen poking through that wall, though. That's better. Okay, so that is another house roofed. This one is fine. This one's already been and done. Just needs finishing touches and a door. We have this one with the large garden. Now, someone did actually suggest a Brahman Pen in the last video. Let me just very quickly bring up that commenter. Where's that commenter? So about this, guys. Ah, no, it's gone. Damn. Sorry, guys, looks like my notification has gone away. Okay, no, it hasn't. It is here. So it is Chris Cole. That's the person looking for. I am going to put a Brahman Pen in. I just wanted to credit you properly. So yeah, Chris Cole, I will be putting in a Brahman Pen. I think further towards this end of the settlement might be a better place for it. I mean, I feel like here would be much more secure than all the way over there, because that is exposed to bullets and the elements. Over here is not. Well, I mean, technically it is, but you've got a lot of cover from the front gate before you put anyone in danger here. So this is where I'm going to put a Brahman Pen. This is going to be like the farmhouse. Farm and storage, I'd say. So let's get some residential lights. No, residential lights probably wouldn't fit, actually. I think these more rustic, almost Victorian style lights would be a bit more fitting for out here. Oh, doesn't that look better? Oh, that looks much better. Okay. Now, to keep the Brahman in, we're going to stick with the Snappy Builds terrain kit, or landscaping kit, I should say. We're going to use the wrought iron fences. Sit right on the corner. Put that in, then another small piece. And that. So just trying to make sure there's no, big gaps on the edges there. This can move a little bit. Get it? Move a little bit. Because the Brahman's a cow. Oh yeah, I'm so funny. Okay. I also think that we can get away with, or rather not get away with, we're going to put it here because it fits and screw you. I'm going to put another wrought iron element here. And we're going to fit a gate here. That is a trellis fence. Yeah, just on a small gate. That's huge. That is massive. So we want a small gate there. That's it. Then, so I don't know what that wrought iron gate is snapping to there, but that is a bit silly. And it snapped all the way over to sidewalks for some reason. Yeah, that's a small gap, but that is the price worth paying. Now, if I'm not mistaken, under the vanilla resources, there should be Brahman troughs here. Yeah, Brahman troughs. Now, I think the way the bath is tilted, so to the right, is where they all feed from. So we're going to put in some of those troughs here, so they can stay in this part of town. Just trying to think how it makes sense for them to get out. In theory, it doesn't. I mean, they could technically get down from here. I would move this pylon, but I would never get my game back. They get down from here, so I could put a portable set of stairs, or just walk them through the house because, you know, the word screw and you come to mind in terms of logic. So. Now, the idea of this grass being too green doesn't matter too much because this kind of breaks it up a little bit. Looks like the grass is being worn out. So I'm more than willing to, I wouldn't say compromise on that because it's kind of what I want in the first place. However, I am going to put down a couple of garden plots out here because if they have a feeding place for the Brahman, this will also need to be a place for food. So let's put down a few garden patches out here. Oh, wow, razor grain. I mean, technically this razor grain is awesome for this, but its footprint is way too large. I think I'll just stick to a lot of the standard stuff. Let's put in... Actually, you know what? Let's put some of these gourds in. I don't think this settlement has gourd. So let's put a couple of planters full of gourd. We have plenty of corn, so let's put in some carrots. That needs to be a little bit closer to me than that. And some extra corn wouldn't go amiss in here either. So you've got a little plantery back here. It would make sense for a very small fence, I think. I've got bonfires out here. I really should put some of these down. They look quite rustic. I was looking for these last video and I didn't quite find them. You know what? I think these are really nice for nighttime decorations. I'm going to put down a few of these. Yeah, that's a lot more atmospheric for the nighttime. So we'll leave those up. Now, I was under structures then. There's this little fencing. If these are people who are going to be growing things. Now, I seem to recall when my brother had an allotment, he didn't have a farm, he had an allotment of food he used to grow. He did used to collect wooden pallets because you could break them up and turn them into all kinds of useful stuff. So wooden pallets wouldn't be out of place here in the garden. Utility pole, damn, that's huge. Patchwork. Could have one of these leaning. Makes some sense. Fences. I wouldn't say you want barbed. These are big building and smashed up retaining walls. Ugh, excuse me. It has been a long day for me. There has to be one with deer fences. These are all broken though. You know what? These just depressed down into the ground a little bit. I think would be fine. It's just to create a small makeshift barrier, really. Oh wow, there's a lot of fence variety in here. Trash bin fence, that's quite good. Be fair, just put these in here to separate the edges. Granted, I think this is going to cause issues with the NPC pathfinding, but that is a risk I'm willing to take. Plus, this settlement's sandbox, quote unquote, sandbox area, is probably too large for most settlers to get a meaningful existence in that kind of way. But just to lower the impact, I'm going to create a slightly bigger gap for them here. They will auto-assign to this, so I'm not worried too much about that. Just looking for stuff that these guys can use. We do have some set dressing decorations, that's it. Space deco. There is actually one for gardens, so we can actually create some nice gardens. And this is pretty much perfect for it. Why would I have a motorbike in my garden? These deer fence pieces would actually be good, as though they're going to replace the stuff here. Fertilizer bags, you definitely find those in a garden. That's a bit much out here. Excellent. So you've got the garden house here. That's where the Brahman will be kept till they are to be slaughtered. We also do need to have a tally up of the number of beds we're going to have. Not counting the Minutemen, because all the Minutemen already have their own pre-assigned beds. Like, the 6 people down here have the pod. The Fountain Guards have the pod and the pod. These guys all sleep in the HQ. The Special Forces guys sleep in their HQ. The only person who doesn't yet have a recognised bed is Sergeant Sloan here. That's only because I haven't assigned him to one yet. Wouldn't be impossible to give him a bed in the town centre. I mean, he is a sergeant after all. So we need to do a tot-up of beds. Oh damn, there's 2 houses I haven't done yet. Okay, the dialogue is gone. I'm going to offload this stuff because I am way too heavy. Well, I've been messing with the guns I want to try and use. Okay, so let's put some of this stuff away. Let's put those away. I bought a few more P220s so that we can turn them into Minuteman guns. It is, after all, sidearms that I'm running low of. Let's quick save that. Actually, the frame rate on this side of the base is the worst, so let's deal with over here first. So guys, that is my Steam, not yours. Alright, this was just a simple house, so snappy builds, house kit. I need the upper framework with the add-on room included. Excellent. Now this one will have a bay window. The stuff here needs to be the white wood, I believe. Actually, you know what? If I put a bay window down here as well, how does that look? Looks fine. Looks like that belongs. And you know what? We're going to put one up here too. Fantastic. We add our flooring in. So that didn't quite snap. There we go. That's now in the right place. It also needs the door plug, which we need to make out of the same wood as downstairs, which was that. Yeah, I know some of you are going to be set off by that, but creative choice and all that. And now we need to fit the roof. And then we've got the add-on room. Yeah, that's the same roof style. That's it. So that's now been re-roofed. This will probably be one of the last houses I do up, purely because I'm living in it at the moment. When I say living in it, I mean that term very, very loosely. Right, so that's done. This one is done. All of this one's done. This one's done. That's obviously decorative. We still need to roof the clinic. I haven't actually decided what I'm going to do with that yet, because it's what I call a town centre building. The town centre building's being made up of brick, whereas these are made up of the small town house kit. These are done, but just need some TLC on the outside. These are now done and looking really good. Just got this one and the town centre. I'm not sure what to do with this. Part of me wants to make a small dwelling out of it, but I feel like there could be more use for this. I feel like if I put another house here, it's just going to cause too much of this colour in one place, which I ideally want to avoid. See, I'm going to leave that up to you guys. If you've got ideas for this part here, let me know. And I could just make it into a small park and green area. But I think we already have enough of those in town. And of course we have this house to do. This should be relatively easy. All it is a porch. A porch and a single floor house with an add-on room and a bay window. You know what, I reckon I could very quickly restore this house. I've got a lot of space to work with here. Can I actually fit a full-size prefab here? I reckon I could, you know. That would make it a town centre building. Is that the only brick house we have? I think it is, you know. I feel like there's a lot more potential I could do with this house. It might need an episode by itself. And of course we still have the defensive position to do here. I reckon I'm probably going to put down another one of those Minutemen capsules so that the infantry can rest up and sleep here if they're on is that Southgate duty? I can't remember what side that is. West, southwest even. But yeah, south is close enough. This wall probably needs repairing. Though I could increase the food supply quite substantially here with a fishing net. Can I get rid of this pond scum? I mean, obviously I can scrap the water. I don't want to do that. Was it under G2M? I seriously cannot remember. Fish farm, that's it. So I mean, we could actually put this in here, produce food, and get some happiness out of it. I mean, yes, the water is shallow. And there's a fair bit of pond scum on it, but that wouldn't stop you getting some kind of marine life in it. So you know what? That's going to be an extra source of fish. Plus it's also a place where settlers can keep an eye out and call for the Minutemen if there's an issue. They can see across there long before anyone else can. Okay. So that's a good use of that little part of the area. So let's roof this property over here and get the garden house completed. Snappy builds. Roofs. I believe this is a standard blueprint house. Yeah, it is. Anything with this wallpaper is a standard blueprint. Put this on to the add-on room. Nice one. And then we stick in the wood wall. I reckon it'd be good to have a view out. It will need... Oh no, that has got a connector already. That's fine. Looks like it's a tad off though. That's fine. It looked like it was a tad off. Put the floor down. Or rather the roof. Right, and let's have a tot up. Let's have a tot up of civilian beds. So, where is my pencil and paper? Of course, my pencil and paper have gone walkabouts. That's really handy. Oh, there it is. And my notepad is down here, I believe. Whoop. That's my notepad. Alright, so let me just very quickly make a note of this. So we have 6 Minutemen by the gate down here. We have 6 special forces. We have 5 artillery guys up on the roof of the town hall. We have 2 front door guards. We have the major and his bodyguard, so that's 4. Let's count them, yeah, so 2 here. There needs to be more as well for day and night shifts. Yes, 4, so that's 9 currently residing here. I don't think there's actually 9 beds in here either. Yeah, so 9 Minutemen in the main part there. We have 6 Minutemen by the fountain. With this front door, we always have the special forces on standby. So I think we could get away with defending this with one sniper who's on rotation. So that will need 2 snipers for the front. And I would say a contingent of maybe 4 at the back. I'm going to say 5 for the back. 2 during the day, 3 at night. So adding all that together, we've got 6, 12, 17, 21, 27, 29, 34. So that makes a total of 34 Minutemen in this settlement, which is about what I was aiming for. Give or take 1 or 2 others. Each one of those is going to have their own set bed, so we can take that away from the bed count. So 66 minus 34 is 32. So we have space at the moment, or beds, in the settlement totaling 32. So let's add some beds in and get a rough idea of what we have left. I'm trying to keep the settlers not packed in like sardines. Obviously some houses have 4. That can go now. This would be a house for 2. So I'm going to put in 2 people. That will be a bathroom. That'll be some leisure over here. Your ground floor and your living room with your kitchen. So that's our house for 2. So that brings our total to 34 settlers. This house, I would say, could be big enough for 2. I reckon 2 of the scavengers could live here. And since that's a back door, your bedroom will be here. So that brings our total to 36. I'm writing this down as we go so I don't forget it. I do have a memory like a sieve on occasions. Let's just very quickly quick save. Not that it will matter too much because this thing will fucking corrupt before it lets me go back in. Okay, the houses on the upper tier here. Did I put beds in this one already? Sorry, that's my Steam again. I did. This is a house for 2. So we're not going to add any more to this count. This house will be for 2. That brings my count up to 38. Excellent. Sorry, it seems I have 2 or 3 people logging in and out in quick succession. I do apologise. 2 of my friends are doing that. They should stop in a minute. This house will be good for 2. This house is pretty spacious. Did I already put some beds in this one? Yes, I did. This one's all sorted. Then, of course, we have the farmhouse. That will be... This could likely be a kitchen, a living room area down here. Considering this is a large house, I'm thinking 4. I do think this is large enough to sleep 4 people. Oh. And it still have enough space for a bathroom as well, which is quite handy. Okay, so an extra 4 brings my total up to 42 potential. 42 potential civilians who can live here. Okay. And of course I have to do something with this. Do I just expand this house outwards? No, because the problem is, because these houses are grey as well, grey wood, this grey or purplish kind of wood, that would just look way too, like, wall of colourish. Bit too dystopian in a way. So I want to do something a little more unique with this house. Is there anything under HZS that I could use? A dirty church. Yeah, no, I've got a nice clean church. Concord Drugstore. That's way too big. It's way too big to be in keeping with this place. We already have a Dalton store. Cabins. Nope. Not doing that. We have a Drumlin diner. You know what? A Red Rocket filling station, just a small one, wouldn't be a bad idea. Not sure what the purpose of that middle bit is, but hey. The issue is this isn't really a sleeping place. It's more commercial and there's not much privacy for it. Or I could put like an RV down here, but I don't have too many options. I'll have to do some thinking about that on camera. Off camera even. Can't even get my words out today. Okay, so this settlement is coming together. We're nearly completed. What I think I'm going to do, probably right after this video actually, is go live and we'll get furnishing this place. We'll get this place finished. All of it will be completed. All the furniture will go down. Any ideas will probably be done live. Excuse me. I have a feeling this is not very powerful. No, it's not. That flurry of bullets barely did anything to that guy. Well, his minigun went for a bit of a travel, didn't it? Nice. Okay. That was rather annoying. But we have to guard this place. We are the Minuteman General after all. But yeah, this is where I'm going to leave you guys. We've done quite a few of the finishing touches. I appreciate this episode may have been a tad boring compared to what you're used to just gone, but all important stuff. All very important stuff. We're now ready to finish the occupation here. We're ready to get our final Minutemen. And we're just about ready to sign off on this place. It's been a long ride, but we're nearly done, guys. And then I'll be looking at one of the other 26, I think, settlements I haven't finished yet. So, good stuff. But this is where I'm going to leave you guys. I will probably see you very shortly because I'm likely to be going live right after this video. But until then, I'll see you guys later. We're out. Peace. Take care. Like, comment, subscribe and all that good stuff. And I will see you next time. Peace.